filter's removed, you now have a connection to deity and spirits. And it's like, what's the question there?
Do you like take the benefit of it and, you know, move with that, or do you focus on the negatives of it?
So in order for me to consider it an initiation, it has to remove the filter. If the filter is removed, then there is no question of what you should be doing. If the filter's removed, you now have a connection to deity and spirits. And it's like, what's the question there? You just take the next indicated step. You just follow this thing that you've just been connected to.
But the problem therein lies here's the problem. You have a moments of, oh my gosh, I see it, I know now, right? But those fade. They do, because life comes back into play. Physical material world that we live in takes over because it is impossible to escape. We have deadlines, we have bills, we have kids, we have jobs, relationships, etc. There's all of these mundane things that come into play, and over time that knowing that you had from that initiation gets degraded and it becomes fuzzy. And it's not until the next occurrence, because guess what, initiations are not a one-off, they are constant, they're always happening if you're doing it right, if you're evolving, because it's part of the refinement, right?
It's the same thing you can see in these highly organized religions. Still at their core is this tribal practice of death and then the resurrection and rebirth that happens into it, right? And that's the threshold. That's the first initiation, and that's the one that opens you up to like, that's when your magic gets powerful. That's when you gain your sight and your ability to hear. That's when deity and spirits answer your call every single time. That's when they see you, and that's when you really have authority over the spirits, like that kind of stuff. Because you're not an enlightened being when you come out the other side of your first initiation.
No, you're like broken.
You're aware now. You're like, oh, I have a lot of work to do. So I don't think, like, going through an initiation, like, you have the spiritual framework, now you're aware, and you have sight, and you can hear. And then, so, like, to me, there should be no question of, like, what do I do? It's like, oh, well, there's work to be done. I have, you know, these things to refine.
But this is something that I think anybody that is into magic and the occult is going to go through. And being prepared for it and knowing how to handle it is important. I wish someone had told me